Well, ladies and gentlemen, we actually got some good news to report to you because we didn't jump to our phones or our computers first with negative false news. According to Jamie Foxx's daughter, Corinne, Jamie Foxx is home, ladies and gentlemen. He is no longer in the hospital, as she did drop an update from the family. Sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks, recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support. We have exciting work announcement coming next week, too. As many of you know, Jamie Foxx did have some type of medical emergency in Atlanta, Georgia over a month ago. The reports were that Jamie was still hospitalized, and the reports even got more serious in the last couple of days. So here's what happened, right? TMZ ran this story, and they said, pray for Jamie. They really didn't have a story, but they just said the story is that we can't get a story, so pray for Jamie. Everybody overreacts. Then, and I want to give her, Brandon, the credit or the fault, the real Jasmine Brandon was the first one to report this. She reported that the family is, quote, preparing for the worst. That's what the real Jasmine Brandon, and I don't know Jasmine, I never met her, but you know how the internet works, or if you don't, let me school you real quick. All radio does, and for the most part, a platform like mine's on the music side of things, really all we're doing is aggregating news, right? When you hear the radio shows in the morning, there are no reporters present. When you listen to most of my reports, I'm not reporting the news as a first source. I'm not going out and getting the story. A lot of this is just being aggregated. Now, it's my responsibility. What I've built my brand off of is taking that serious, meaning you don't think I could have ran up a couple $1 million by reporting fake news every day, conspiracies every day? Nah, I'm not finna lie to y'all for views. I've never done that in my life, and that's why I believe you watching this video right now, because you think I got some sort of integrity about myself. People do that all day and left and right, especially on Instagram. So Jasmine Brand was the first to report that Jamie Foxx's family is praying or at least preparing for the worst. That's what she said. And all these outlets, all these Instagram blog sites, they take that news, they make their own graphics, and Jamie's daughter, Corinne, finally catches one and says this is actually fake news. Now, the irony in all this is I actually went to the Jasmine Brand's page. I don't follow her or nothing, but I said, let me get a kick out of this one because I already know how this is going to go. I go to the Jasmine Brand's page, and she reposted, the page reposted Corinne Foxx saying, yo, y'all running with fake news. So the brand didn't even have the decency to acknowledge we put a fake story out there. They're reposting Jamie's daughter talking about fake news and acting like they were not the blog to go out on the limb and say, yo, Jamie Foxx's family is preparing for the worst. That is a nasty era we live in news. And look, on the media side of things, I'll be the first to admit to you, so I come from being a local reporter, and that's how I came up through college and through my first couple years. And I did some stuff with ESPN. When I jumped into music, the first thing I realized was this is a nasty game. And what they just did was nasty, because it's one of those things where if you're the Jasmine Brand and you're right about this story, and let's say Jamie Foxx passes away because nobody could get their hands on an update, because the truth of the matter is Jamie Foxx and his family, they keep things close to the hip. Obviously, the brother probably ain't never fell out sick before, so there's never been something of this magnitude, but Jamie doesn't like telling his business anyway. So the media was mad that they couldn't get any type of leak, so they start making up stuff. If you're the Jasmine Brand, if you're right about this, and Jamie Foxx unfortunately would have passed away or something like that, and obviously we would have hated that, but for the Jasmine Brand, that would have been good because she could have said we were the first to report that. But the fact that that wasn't true, the fact that that was not true, according to Jamie's daughter, now the Jasmine Brand is just gonna walk away from it and act like they didn't say it. That is the media of 2023. And that's what frustrates a lot of people, y'all. Like you put out a bad story, at least have the decency to walk it back. Instead, you go double down and go post the story. Like, also post the story of Jamie's daughter saying y'all ain't doing nothing but putting out fake news. Like you wasn't a part of that. Like you didn't create that story. That is nasty. But hey, the best story in all of this is Jamie apparently is recovering from home and playing pickleball. That's the most Jamie Foxx thing ever. I'm glad we got a positive, real update from that man's kid. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one. This is the world we live in. Look, man, you know, some of you sites out there, you know, I see this all day, every day, right? Now, I'm like 8-9 years into the game, right? And like I said, I don't move on most stuff. I need a credible outlet, a real outlet before I go jump, none of a blog. You know, it disgusts me sometimes how much money y'all make off taking advantage of people, man. And I see fake stories every single day. I'm from Memphis. I see a lot of nasty, salacious stuff surrounding the death of Young Dolph and involving Yo Gotti and CMG and like just nasty stuff online. Stuff that could really get somebody hurt, you know, behind it. I see a lot of fake stories on the internet all day, left and right. Nobody cares because everybody's like, yo, I got to get me mine. Whether I got a lot to get it or not, I got to get me mine. And I got people around me that say, yo, you could spice it up a little bit and do. Nah, we ain't doing that, bro. Nah, it's got to be the truth. That's the only thing that will live is the truth. It's got to be integrity-based platform. You can talk about, you can discuss, report on whatever you want. But my job, my responsibility, how I've always looked at this thing is to always be factual first. You don't come to my page and ever get bad information because I care. I won't get my bread. Let's be like, this a business. Like I want to get, but not by faking it, not by being nasty. Yeah, that's a nasty one. Time, love, support. It's what your boy would never take for granted. I'm out.